In this video, I'm going to answer a bunch of skeptical questions that I get about high ticket sales. So lots of people think that not everyone can make 10K a month, or you have to get lucky to find a good job, or only a few people succeed, and all of this is nonsense. So I've been in high ticket sales for almost 5 years now. I've made over 20K a month for 18 months straight, and I've been helping people get into this and land legitimate jobs for over 2 years now. So the first question is, if this is so legit, why doesn't everyone else know about it, or why aren't more people doing it? And the answer to this is obvious, because internet business and high ticket sales in general is in its very earlier stages, and it's a very niche area of sales. Yes, people have been selling things on the internet, running online businesses for 30 plus years, but if you go outside in public and you asked 100 people if they knew what high ticket sales was, 100 of them would have no idea what you were talking about. So people think, well, if nobody knows about it, it must not be legit. But if I see everyone else doing something, well, then it must be the right thing to do. And this is totally backwards for multiple reasons. First, let's say that you were a teenager and you asked a bunch of adults, hey, what should I do with my life? What is the right path for me if I want to be successful? And every single one of those adults is going to tell you, oh, you should go to college, and then you should graduate, and then you should get a normal job after college. That's how you succeed and succeed at life, right? Meanwhile, pretty much every one of those people isn't successful, and most of the people that do follow that plan end up in massive fucking debt, and when they graduate, they can't even find a good job or make any money in general these days. You know what I'm saying? And you just paid possibly like $100,000 or more for a piece of paper that's supposed to benefit you, but when you get out, you have no ability to make a lot of money. That's the worst investment of all time. You literally just got bent over, psyoped, and deluded, and fucking tricked and scammed all at the same time. But this is what a crazy person does. Yet people are still doing this all the time. Most young people, that's what they're doing. That is objectively stupid. You are an idiot if you're doing that. On the flip side, you have actual teenagers that do high ticket sales and are making 10 to 20K a month, but because most people aren't doing it, you don't want to do it. Strange logic. Second, if you could go back to 2010, 2011, whatever it was, with the knowledge that you have now, where are you going to put all your money? Into Bitcoin, into crypto. You would be insanely, stupidly wealthy. You would be wiping your ass with fucking $1,000 bills, basically, if you'd put every single dollar you could find into Bitcoin when it was worth like 25 cents. But you had no idea what it was. When I saw Bitcoin in like 2012, I was like, what the hell is this stupid shit? An internet coin? This is a scam, right? This is a scam. Now, this is an extreme example. I'm not saying that high ticket sales is the next Bitcoin, but the point I'm making is the same. In 5 years or longer, you're going to wish that you got into this because there's going to be way more people doing this. And you could have been making really good money, but you didn't do it because the rest of the people you know weren't doing it. That's a horrible way to make decisions. A secret to life that I have found is that no one has any idea what they're doing. They're just looking at what other people are doing, and most people's lives suck and they're not successful. So that's how you're making decisions. And when you realize this, your reality will break and you'll be like, oh, no one really has any idea what they're doing. Just like me, everyone's just winging it. Most people are just following the herd of other normies on the slow walk off of a cliff. But at least they're fitting in and not standing out and doing something weird like high ticket sales. At the end of the day, all people really care about is fitting into the group and doing the right thing. All people want deep down is to be accepted by other people. That is your deep root, main emotional motivation, is for other people to accept you and what you're doing. So just know that there's no right way to do life. That's up to you to decide what's right for you. And online business is only growing larger. Many more people are starting them every single day. More people are going online to buy education. Instead of college, they're going online to buy information. So the need for high ticket salespeople is only going straight up. Next question. What happens if I get into a role and it doesn't work out, or I have to find a new job role? First of all, I don't think it's a good idea to constantly jump from offer to offer. You should get in with a good business and stay there. Sometimes things happen though. People do change offers, but that's also with any job. The job that you have now, they could come in tomorrow and be like, hey, times are tough, you're fired, goodbye. That's the reality of any role, any job, no matter what. But good salespeople are in demand and they are hard to find, which is why programs like mine exist, is to fill that hole in the market. And most people getting into this are brand new. So if you just even have like 1 year of experience, you are highly in demand. Like if you have high ticket sales experience and you've been closing for a very short time, the demand for you and your leverage into getting into really good roles is amazing. Because so many people are trying to get into this and they don't have experience. But if you were in a job and it went under or whatever, it would now be easier for you to find another role because you have experience and connections. That is huge leverage for you. Businesses need good salespeople. Salespeople generate the revenue for the business. So once you get into this and you've got those experience and connections, it would be very hard for you to find another good role if you just tried, which is the same with any job. Once you get a lot of experience, you're highly in demand. This is no different. And if you went through my program to get that initial role, now you know exactly what to do and how to get another one, and you're also equipped with that experience. Next question, is this a smart career move in a recession? And the answer is, when you're selling to people who have money, it doesn't matter what's going on with the economy. It doesn't matter if we have a Great Depression times 10. There are still people out there who have money, tons of them who are spending that money all the time. When people think of a recession, they're thinking very narrow-minded. Oh, well, the economy is terrible. I saw all these terrible statistics on the news. That must mean everyone is broke. This is probably a bad idea to get into sales. And again, this is how a simpleton, normie, stupid person thinks. There are like 400 million people in America. Do you really think the news knows what's going on with every single one of these people because they showed you some made up fucking statistic on a screen? Like, you think they're really telling you what's actually going on? They're just creating content. It's just like social media. They have to put out content and stories all the time. So they'll say whatever to get you to watch. Like, do you really think they know what's going on? This just blows my mind. But that's what people do. They go, oh, the news said this. I saw this on my screen. The news said things are bad. So I'll just base my entire reality off what this person I don't even know said on a fucking screen and base my entire experience and reality off of this. There are always people who have a lot of money and who are spending it, okay? High ticket products are also solving legitimate problems. So people are always going to spend money to buy these products. And this is another benefit to running a lean online business that sell products and services that are digital and that people are going to buy no matter what is going on. Next question. Can I get into this part-time? Can I get into this if I have a full-time job? I get this question common because most people have a full-time job. I've made multiple videos on this, especially recently, I think. But if you are working a full-time job and your time is extremely limited, one option that you have is you can start with appointment setting and then move into a closer role like 3 to 6 months later. Because with appointment setting, it's a little more flexible with the time, right? Because sometimes you're just handling messages, whereas when you're closing, you're gonna be on the phones all day long, and that's gonna be harder, right? And even though there are some roles that you will find who are like, yeah, you can, if you wanna close, you can take a few calls in the evening. Many of them, especially the good ones, are gonna want you to take a full day of calls, because a business owner, he's not hiring someone to take like 3 calls a day. He needs someone to come in and take all the calls. So it doesn't really make any sense. But in some appointment setting roles, you could do that for a few months and it's a little more flexible with the time, and then you can move to closer. So that's just an option. And that will help you get out of your job, and then you can have the time to go on and find closing roles. But in general, if you want to make 10K plus a month, that's going to be full-time closing. So at some point you will have to go all in, and that will probably be a little scary, but many people before you have done this and it worked out for them. So why can't it work out for you? Next question. How do I vet these roles beforehand on the interviews so I know it's a good role? And I have tons of videos on this, but you want to just ask them specific questions on the interview, which no one ever does. So those questions could be, how much money do you make? What was your revenue last month? What was your revenue for the last 90 days? What was your cash collected? If they have multiple closers, they have a sales team, you could be like, well, what is the top closer on the team earn on average every month? What does the bottom closer earn on average every month? Then you can find what you would probably be somewhere there in the middle. Then you could ask them, will I be taking consistent inbound scheduled calls, or is this an outbound role where you just want me to cold call and outreach to people all day? How many calls can I expect to take a day? How do you get those calls scheduled? Is it from social media organic? Is it from paid social media ads? What's the ticket price of your product? Do you have testimonials of this product? What is my commission of this product? What is the show rate of the calls that you do get scheduled? See what I'm saying? Like, there's just endless questions that you can ask them. They're going to tell you everything that you need to know about the role before you accept. So with these answers, you can easily tell if a role is going to be bullshit or legit. The answer is you just need data. And you can get all that data on the interview by asking questions. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, go to the links in the description. Until next time.